Hey there. What, I've forgotten something? Rods, gear. Oh, you're right. I forgot my PFD. Let's just slide that on real quick. Okay. And something else. Water. You're right. You're right. Yep. But I can't take this out on the water yet. And I don't want to lose my rods. So today we're going to take these and we're going to put in some tie downs for rod retention straps or gear retention straps. So there's a few things we'll need to do that, and I'm going to do it for the first time and hopefully walk you guys through how to do it so you can do it yourselves. You need a drill bits, a hand driver, because when you run the screws in you don't want to use a powered drill. Retention straps or tethers, of course, our tie downs, along with well nuts and the screws that correspond with those. So let's put in some retention straps so we can actually put this in the water. All right, I thought the easiest way to demonstrate this would be to put you all in the chest rig and keep my hands free. So essentially what we're trying to do is put in a system so that our rods are retained if the boat flips. Now obviously we don't want the boat to flip, but with kayaks there's just a good chance of that. I had considered something like that. Simple, easy, drill, put it in, attach it. My only concern is that I slide this on top of our van and that these, because they're attached with well nuts, will probably pull out pretty quickly. So I would like to keep them down inside like this. I've got some retention straps here. I'll go ahead and show those to you. I got these, I think, for like $15 on Amazon. Let's take a look at these are the shorter ones. It came with 15, 10 short, 5 long. I don't want to cut them. Gosh, that would be bad. Here we go. So for the rods, I'll probably do short. I don't know. It really depends on how I'm going to be able to click to retain them. So long might be better. Drop in the comments how you would attach it to the rod. Right now I've got these, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off of a short one and then take a long one and snap it into this end and actually get rid of this little like split ring thing. So we'll just slide that off, put that in there, so that it can clip to the tie down and then clip to the rod somehow. In the future I might change to like a Velcro strap, just not so I'm not banging up the rods with these aluminum clips, but for now that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do those, and then I'll probably put a tie down over here for pliers, maybe like right here or even right here, just somewhere where I can have the pliers attached to the boat so I can use them, and if they go over the side, as I've seen many people unhook a fish and drop the pliers in the water with the lure and hold the fish. I don't want to do that and then have my pliers go to the bottom. So if that's what we're going to do, we're going to take this Sharpie and I'm going to look at it. I just want it to be basically level. Sorry if this is upside down for all of you. One of the great things about this kayak, and I'll go over some of it as I'm working here. So this kayak, this is a Sun Dolphin Boss 12 SS, which is 12 foot, sit on top fishing kayak. It's the same as the Ozark something or other, Ozark Trail. Let's see. To Google, Ozark Trail Pro Angler 12. It's the same kayak. It's the same mold. It's made exactly the same, and Ozark Trail licensed to manufacture them. So if you have an Ozark Trail, you might be looking and saying, oh, this is very familiar and this is something you could absolutely do. The great thing about this kayak is it's not super expensive. I think retail new, they were retailing at Walmart for about 500 bucks. I know when they first came out, they retailed around 700. I don't think I would pay $700 for this kayak. If I was going to drop $700 on a kayak, I would probably spring for the next 3 and get like an Ascend or something, especially if I want stability and I want to stand up on top of it. And then obviously you could spring a lot more and get a Hobie. But if you're wanting paddle and you're wanting stability and you were wanting to spend $700 or more, I'd go with like the new Ascend tournament, whatever, the massive thing that's basically a bass boat. But I picked this up for about $275 on Let Go. So keep your eyes on like Facebook Marketplace, Let Go, anywhere like that if you're in the market for a kayak. And especially now, like right now, this is June 2020. A bunch of people had been buying yaks while they've been and the stay-at-home orders have been going on. People have been home and they've been shopping, and so they're putting their old kayaks for sale. I can't tell you how many YouTube videos I've watched of people who've just bought new Hobies, Pro Angler 360s, whatever, and they are dumping their old Hobies on Facebook Marketplace. So keep an eye out. I got this one a year or so ago, and what I'm so excited about is it's a cheap kayak. I paid $275 for it. The guy had used it a few times. It wasn't scuffed up at all. The only thing that was broken was the tie down in the back that keeps the seat back upright, and I can replace that easy. So I am comfortable punching holes in this and doing things to it to customize it and experiment. So yeah, I'm gonna put some holes in it and we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so next we need to look at our well nuts. So a well nut, you see it's a little piece of rubber. It's like a big rubber washer, and if you look down in there, there are threads. There you go. But they only go to about there. So we're going to put a hole in the hull and we're going to pop this down. It should be tight. We're going to pop it down, and then when we put the screw in and we start driving the screw, it's going to pull that metal threaded piece up against the rubber, and it's going to create like a little sandwich against the hull, and that should help keep water out, should keep it pretty dry sealed. One thing we will do that I forgot to mention is I've got some like silicone that I'm going to put around it, almost like a door and window sealer, that I'm going to put around it as well, just to add a little extra airtight seal to it. The first time I took this out was on a river, and I did have some water get in the hull. Last time I took it out was on a small lake, and it was bone dry inside after like 3.5, 4 hours. So I've been pretty happy with it, but I do want to make sure that we're keeping it nice and dry. Next step, I'm gonna look here and see if we have a drill bit. That's gonna be, okay, that's gonna be too small. We don't want to go too big is the thing. It needs to be tight. We want to kind of squish it through. Oh man, that's gonna be too small too. I think this will be too big. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the larger of these two, which is 1/4 incher here. I'm going to run the hole first with the 1/4 incher, and then I'll come back if it's too small and run it with the larger here, which is 5/16. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, it's a good day.
Is that a kitty cat?
Yes, kitty cat. Out.
Okay. All right, go inside, okay?
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee?
We love bumblebees. As long as you don't bother them, they won't bother you.
That's right. Love you.
Love you.
How's that walk? Okay, so there's my first Sharpie mark. All right, now going back. Here we go. All right, there it is. There's the first hole, and I can pretty much tell from looking at it that well nut is not gonna fit. Yep, we're gonna have to go up in size. I didn't do it, so we're gonna size up, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. It's done. Let's see. All right, it's still tight. Good. Okay, so I'm actually gonna pull that well nut up just a little bit. You see, so you can see kind of the barrel of it there. And there's the other half right there. Okay, so I just essentially stuck this utility blade in there and kind of spun it around to clean off the excess trim there. That did the trick. We're gonna pull it back out. Yeah, and I can see, you can tell it's sitting much flusher. So now we're gonna pull it up, bloop on some of this. Here too. I think that should do it. We're gonna mush it down. Okay, you can see we got a pretty good seal all the way around. Take the rag, wipe the excess away, because I don't want a bunch of white stuff. I'm doubting that it dries clear. Okay, next step is gonna be to go ahead and take the tie down. We're gonna put the screw through. We're gonna go ahead and start screwing it in, and then hold the tie down in place, double check our mark for the second hole, and then drill the second hole. So we want to essentially, yeah, okay. That looks good to me. We've already got our drill bit to the correct size, so hopefully we'll have a little bit less of that flash out, like we did with the others. Here we go. Yeah, you can see when we don't step up the drill bit sizes like we did before, we've got a nice clean hole there. We're gonna take another well nut. Oh, beautiful, fits right in. It's tight, which is good. You want it a little bit tight. There we go. And then the other thing we're gonna do, because this one is ready for the screws, is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put a little bit in there, and that's gonna run with the screws down into the threads, and that should keep it watertight on the inside as well. Again, maybe it's overkill. I'm a fan of overkill though. All right, here we go. So we'll go ahead and we'll do this one first. Another thing I read is you got to be careful not to over tighten, because you can pull the well nut apart. Okay. We don't really have much extra squish out from that, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to take the rag to that again, and if I need to, I can always take a Sharpie to any excess that comes out. So we just want to tighten it till we feel like it's, you know, all it's going to be holding is a rod, and those don't weigh a whole ton, so I'm not going to be pulling the kayak by this or anything. I kind of wish I could see a cutaway right now. I might open the hatch and stick the camera in and see if we can see what it looks like, because that would be pretty cool. That feels awesome to me. Let's do one more little wipe away, and then when it dries, yeah, I'll take a Sharpie or something and run around to get rid of that white, you know, just because that'll bug me, no other reason. And then clip that there. Now it's clipped. It's clipped to the rod, and let's say we dump. Rod's not going anywhere. Awesome. Cool. So we need to replicate that 4 times. What I should check is, can I? Perfect. Because we do have a rod holder that goes in here too, that I would use if I was going to do like live bait or a bread ball or corn or something, you know, or just to set it in while I'm unhooking a fish. So that would be another thing. Really, to me, it would be better to have something like that up here somewhere for when I'm unhooking a fish, set the rod to the side, get it out of the way. Okay, I'm probably gonna shut up, do the next one, and you guys can watch. That's it. I'm going to roll some footage of us making use of those tie downs. I've got one tie down left. So if you guys can think of somewhere I should use it, drop in the comments and tell me. Otherwise, I might try and incorporate it into the tie down method for the crate. We'll see. Or I'll get another bag and do that. But we'll figure it out and watch us use it now. Check it out. Rod tethers in action. We got one going there. That one doesn't have a rod in it. This one here, it's got some hemostats. And back here, of course, got one going on this side and one on this side. They're actually really easy to unclip. I haven't had any trouble like pulling them and unclipping them. These are the farthest from my seat, but they unclip really easy, and they're long enough I can pull the rod up, pull it to me, and unclip it. So, yeah, I like it. I like them. I'm happy with them. I'm looking forward to the next modification we make.